Yo, Caymanas Park Turf Fights. What's up? Back for another episode of Down the Stretch. Big up to all the subscribers, everybody who leave comments and you like my videos. You're the guys that make me keep coming back and making more videos. To be honest, big up Kirk, Troy, Chauvel, Mushi, Mr. Clark, many more. I should write down some names, but y'all know yourself. Big up to everybody that subscribe and leave a like, and especially commenting. I like when you guys interact. You know, better output for the channel, so thank you. Another thing to note, Baba Nunes just started a channel on YouTube as well. Is at Baba Nunes or Anthony Nunes Racing, so go check it out. I'm showing schooling him young horse them, so I think that's very interesting. So we should go over there and subscribe to that channel and see how he prepares his horses. All right, let's get right into this 10 race program for Friday, 23rd of March 2025. The first race, native bred 3-year-old maidens, a big field of 15 going 4 furlongs straight. Going to boil this race down to 5 horses. They're going to be the 2, Chief in Command, the 8, Global Pursuit, the 9, Enthusiastic, the 12, Bubbling Warrior, and the 13, Earmarked Blitz. Okay, the 2, Chief in Command, ran loose here for Spencer Chung. At the exercise shot, not doing bad, 48 and 3, 4 furlongs straight, pulled up in 105 and 3 for the 5 furlongs. Then galloped 3 furlongs straight in 36-2, pulling up 5 furlongs in 107 and 3. That's not bad for a first time starting. Interestingly bred, sensational slam out of Chief Diplomat by Traditional. So bred for some speed there, this Chief Diplomat, and mainly carrying this horse off of breeding and looking pretty forward at exercise. Next up is going to be the horse I think they're going to all have to beat, which is the Jason DeCosta trained Global Pursuit with Robert Hallerdean in the saddle. Another very well-bred horse here, out of Bold Conquest by American Invader. This is owned by Carlton Watson. Made his debut on the 14th of September last year at 4 furlongs straight. Fought all the way to the final furlong, pointed at the furlong pole, but then was outkicked by Burning Hedge, the 2-year-old stakes winner. And Danka was second, who was the favorite in the 2-year-old stakes. Those are 2 contenders for the Philly Guineas coming up. And Global Pursuit was third in that event. Gets LASIK for the first time. Working very well coming into this. Has a work coming here the 17th of May. 5 furlongs straight in a minute and 1. The first 4 in 47.4. So Global Pursuit definitely looks like the horse they're going to all have to beat. The 9, Enthusiastic. Romain Gordon claiming 4 kilos here for Anthony Nunes. Made debut on the 27th of April. That was at 4 furlongs straight. Was the leader early before being caught by Bangarang and Alive in the last furlong. So that was a very good outing for this well-bred son of Sunshine and Shadow by Casual Flight by Casual Trick. Also bred for a lot of speed. Must be much better for that recent outing and claiming 4 kilos off of 125 pounds. So coming in fairly light. I'm going to give this Enthusiastic a shot at running another good race. The 12. Outside I like in the race, Bubbling Warrior. Richie Shakes claiming 3 kilos here for Christopher Pearson. This horse mainly off of the breeding. This horse is Soul Warrior out of Bubbling Angeline, which makes her a half-sister to Jaguar. We know that Jaguar is a very fast horse. So this youngster here should be bred with a lot of speed. She has been working at exercise 54 furlongs straight, pulling up in 104 and 4, then 37 and 3 for 3 furlongs straight. And her last work coming into this out the gate, 49 and 3, pulled up in 107 and 3 for 5 furlongs. So really going off of the breeding with this horse because she's bred for a lot of speed. And the other horse, this was my gamble horse recently, the 13, Earmarked Blitz, Radish Roman for Philip Lee. Tipped this horse on last, was interfered with at the furlong pole when right in the thick of things and ended up 4th. But the second past the post was disqualified and Earmarked Blitz ended up getting the 3rd spot. With his real ability now exposed after that run. Expecting a good run from Earmarked Blitz. Tongue ties off, figure 8 is on. But as I said, I think Global Pursuit definitely looks like the heart they're going to all have to beat. The second race, 5 wheels and up, optional claiming 200,000, and native bred 5 wheels and up, numbers of 2, division 1, a field of 9, 5 furlongs straight. And these are a bunch of hospital horses. So boiling this race down to 4, they're going to be the 1, Sudden Flight, the 2, Monaco, the 8, Big Guy in the Sky, and the 9, Will the Conqueror. Sudden Flight, Anthony Allen claiming 3 kilos here for Donovan Russell. Last time out, the 27th of April, at 350,000 over the 4 furlong straight, showed a little bit of form, was 6 by 6 lengths at the finish. Now taking another drop down in class over the straight course, taking off 3 kilos off the weight. Going to give Sudden Flight an outsider shot in this event, even though poorly drawn at 1. The 2, Monaco, Demar Williams claiming 3 kilos here for Ron Matty Jr. Last time out, the 21st of April, 5 furlongs round at this level, was 3rd by 7 lengths. Before that, 5th of March, at 350,000 over the straight 5, was 11 by 25 lengths. So showing coming down in class, did run a better race. Going to give him another shot here, especially taking off more weight and much lighter, giving Monaco a look in here. The horse I think they're going to have to beat, though, is going to be Big Guy in the Sky. Callaloo Henry, riding for Michael Spencer, showed good dash on last at this level at 5 furlongs round, all the way up to the furlong pole, was 2nd by a length before fading out, beaten by Zedai and Nina Dorado. Got entangled in a speed battle there over the straight 5 course, and the opposition a bit tamer in my opinion. I think Big Guy in the Sky coming all out for this event. And the 9, the horse with the back class, Will the Conqueror, Ryan Lewis here for Stedman Curtis. Nothing in his last start on March on seasonal debut over the straight course, was 13 by 29 lengths to Air Fire. Much capable of better, and at the lowest level here now, this Will the Conqueror will put in another good run as long as he doesn't bleed. And an outsider to watch to squeeze into exotics is going to be the 4, Caymanas. This Caymanas is Eric Horton riding here 4 kilos for Donovan Plummer. Last time out, 4 furlongs straight, 8 by 11 lengths to Silver Fox, 350 claimer. This is the first time Caymanas is coming down to the bottom of the barrel. Gets a good rider claiming 4 kilos off of the top weight. Morning line says 20 to 1. Definitely carrying this horse in my exotics, so bat carefully. The third race, 5 wheels and up, optional claimer, 200,000, and 5 wheels and up, numbers of 2, division 2, 9 starters, 5 furlongs straight. Boiling this race down to 3 horses. They're going to be the 2, Pharaoh It Is, the 6, Ants Attack, and the 9, Undecided. Okay. Pharaoh It Is. Anthony Fraser claiming 4 kilos here for Lincoln Lungs. Last time out, 27th of April, 350,000, was 5th by 4 lengths to Silver Fox. And after the strength of that performance, stepping down to 200,000. Definitely, I think Pharaoh It Is the horse they're going to all have to beat here. The 6 is Ants Attack. Javier Sybil claiming 4 kilos here for Ian Alexander. Last time out in January the 11th, 6 furlongs, was beaten by more than half a furlong after being prominent very early. Finished 7 by 47 lengths to Scar Man. But before that, 4-year-old maiden condition race, the 20th of December, was 4th by 4.5 lengths to Clowning Around and Medal Award. That fits him perfect right here, and a reproduction of that run at this level would see Ants Attack running a very good race in this event. And the 9, Undecided, Everett Clunis claiming 4 kilos here for Rudolph Hardiel. Last time out was the 17th of August last year for 250,000. That is equivalent to 350,000 now. Finished 4th by 6.5 lengths to Stanislaus and Will the Conqueror. A fit Stanislaus in this race would probably be the horse to beat. So after the strength of that, definitely giving Undecided a shot at running a very good race, especially coming in this light. I think coming in at 109 pounds. So those are the 3 I think the race come down to. The fourth race, 3-year-old and up, claiming 1 million to 800,000. A field of 7, they go 5.5 furlongs, so this is a quick sprint. Boiling this race down to 4 horses. They're going to be the 1, posing already, the 4, KP Choice, the 5, Awesome Anthony, and the 6, Rejected Raja. Okay, posing already, Radish Roman here for Howard Bogues. Speedy Sort, last time out, the 25th of January, for a million claimer over the 5 straight. Battled the entire way and was only beaten a length and a half, fourth, by KP Choice and Power Ranking. Was checked at the furlong pole and had to be switched. Freshened up for this, trotting, coming back into this race and hacking with the choice of rider, Radish Roman in the saddle from the 1 draw. Definitely speedy, so I think if he comes out of the gates fat, probably going to be the horse rushing for that lead. Definitely in here with a good shot is this posing already. The 4, one of the fitter horses in the race, KP Choice. Richie Shakes claiming 3 kilos here for Rudolph Hardial. So this is the second pick for Rudolph Hardial I have so far. Last time out at a million claimer, winner by a length and a quarter, beating Rejected Raja, who's present here, and Generational. Before that, at 5.5 furlongs for a million claimer, was a winner by a length and 3/4 over Generational and Emperors of the Cat. So this KP Choice has won 3 of his last 5 starts, all at the million claiming level. The 2 that he lost in the last 5 starts when stepping up to 1.5 million, but still ran well, was 3rd by 4 and 3/4 lengths to Taros Boy, and was 4th by 9 lengths to Milos and Sugar Daddy. So very fit KP Choice, definitely has to be in here with a good shot once again, claiming 3 kilos for Richie Shakes. The horse I think they're going all have to beat though is Awesome Anthony. Wesley Henry here for Patrick Taylor. Last time out, the 27th of April, for 1.5 million, so stepping down in class here, was 2nd by 2 lengths to Burn Notice at 6.5 furlongs, having Rani Bangala behind in that race. And before that, on the 22nd of February, for 1.5 million claimer at 6.5 furlongs, was a winner by a length and a quarter, beating Rani Bangala and Power Ranking. So coming down in class here against these, definitely looks like this Awesome Anthony is the horse that they're all going to have to beat. And the 6, Rejected Raja, Omar Walker here for Michael Kane. Last time out at a million claimer, was 2nd by a length and a half, running on over the straight 5 course. Comes back to 5.5. Don't think he's going to mind the 5.5. You know, when he was at 5 round on the 20th of September at a million claimer, he went right to the front and dominated, winning by 6 3/4 lengths from KP Choice Power Ranking. So a reproduction of that race when he ran in September would definitely say Rejected Raja with a very good shot here. But the speed factor of the race, I don't think he's the kind of horse that's going to get out there and get close to the lead too early against these. So might have to be running on, but he has Omar Walker in the saddle. So a good run expected there from this Rejected Raja. The 5th race, 3-year-olds and up, optional claiming 350,000 to 250,000, and native bred 6-year-olds and up, nouns of 3. Big field of 14 horses, they go 6.5 furlongs. Boiling this down to 4, they're going to be the 2, Last Dance, the 5, Print Quality, the 7, Bad Investment, and the 9, General Chief. Okay, the 2, Last Dance, Omar Simpson here for Michael Marlowe. Lackluster performance on last, finished 6 by 25 lengths at 7 furlongs. I'm going to rule that out. Got entangled in the speed early against the outer class ENI Lynx. But before that, at a mile, at 350,000, was a strong 2nd by 2 lengths to a line of Icati, having So Magnificent behind. Before that, at 6.5, was 3rd by half a length to King Air and Conundrum. So if you throw that last race out, Last Dance should be in here with a shot once again. The 5, Print Quality, Demar Williams claiming 3 kilos here for Alfred Davidson. Last time out, 21st of April, 350,000, 6 furlongs, was 3rd by 5.5 lengths to Musquetoon and General Chief. Off of the strength of that performance now, if he comes out of the gate properly, this Print Quality, with his well-being exposed on last, should put in a good run from a clean start. The 7, Bad Investment, Radish Roman for Oral Hayden. 5th by 15 lengths on last at 5 furlongs round to Brompton Alex and Prince Aman. Rani Bangali was 3rd there. So much better animals than these at $1.2 million claimer. Before that, at 500,000 Claymore was fourth by 8 lengths after leading for most of the way to Lord of Ajalon. Before that was also 6 by 4 and 3/4 lengths to Lord of Ajalon. So this bad investment seems, in my opinion, fit right now. Is busy at the exercise track and stepping down to 350,000. Radish Roman taking the ride for Inform Oral Hayden. Definitely, I think bad investment is in here with a good shot of getting the job done. And the horse I think they're going to have to beat, though, is going to be the 9, General Chief, Ryan Lewis for Spencer Chung. Last time out on the 21st of April at 6 furlongs was second by 3 lengths to Muscatoon, having print quality behind in that race. And before that, over the straight 5 course, was 6 by 5.5 lengths to My Sunshine, who went up in class to run much better races. So, off of the strength of those performances, I think one of the fitter horses in the race, busy at the exercise, so soundness is not a problem, I think, with this General Chief. Looks like the horse that they're all going to have to beat. The 6th race, native bred 5 years and up, non of 3, and imported 5 years and up, non of 2, a field of 12. They go 7 furlongs. Boiling this race down to 4. Going to be the 1, Shuami the Butcher, the 3, Captain Philip, the 4, Sir Wang Don, and the 6, Superior. Okay, Shuami the Butcher. Callaloo Henry here for Arnold Rabbit Jr. To be honest, the only reason I really put in this horse here is because it was a winner and last, but was disqualified, and the presence of Wesley Henry. So I'm saying, okay, I'm going to give this horse another shot. Just the fact that was disqualified last time out. But was a winner at 6.5, beating Cosmic Force, who eventually got the race, and Always Right. Somehow the race never really sit well with me. The pace was just so slow, and but did manage to win. So just off of the basis that I'm going to give this Shuami the Butcher another shot in the event reluctantly. Okay, the next horse is going to be the 3, Captain Philip, Shane Ellis here for Barrington Dawes. Coming out of that same race there where he was a no-show, finished 6 by 14 lengths, which was just too bad to be true in my opinion. Before that, at 7 furlongs, much stronger pace, was second by a neck to Sweet Victory, had Always Right behind him in that race, and Always Right came back to finish 7 lengths in front of him the next race. So that's where the race just looked very sus to me. But Captain Philip is back here working, coming into the race, and with the presence of Shane Ellis in the saddle, this Captain Philip looks like coming to run. The 4, the horse I like in the race, is Sir Wang Don. Dick Cardenas in the saddle for Alfred Brown. Last time out, 7 by 7.5 lengths in that race with Sweet Victory and Captain Philip. Was under minimal riding in that race. Go back and watch that race, the 29th of March, race 4. Was under minimum riding by Samuda. Did nothing in the race. Because if you know Sir Wang Dong, this is a horse that does have pace, and probably in this race might get to the lead, in my opinion. They put on the front-running master, Dick Cardenas. The visor is on now, so I'm expecting that this Sir Wang Dong is coming guns blazing. And it's the horse I like in the race, and I think Sir Wang Dong can make all the running and prevail. And my 4th horse in the race is going to be the 6, Superior, Ryan Lewis for Jason DaCosta. Nothing in the last 2 starts. Before that was 3rd by 17 lengths, but Propellant won that race by 11. And so he was 5 lengths off of Captain Philip. Nothing in his most recent starts, but they've called for Ryan Lewis now. And he's cantering, trotting at the exercise, so I think he's very fit. So I'm giving this Superior a decent outside shot in this event. The 7th race, native bred 3-year-old maidens, 10 starters. They go 8 furlongs. Boil this down to 4 as well. It's going to be the 1, Bob the Builder, the 3, Duchess, the 7, Uncle Baba, and the 8, Roaring Kitten. Okay, Bob the Builder, Radish Roman here for Greg Fennell. 2 starts to date. On debut was 5th by 8 3/4 lengths to Bossman and Slam Sharp and Prolific Prince. Came back the following month, the 3rd of May, 6.5 furlongs, challenging up the stretch to finish second by 6 3/4 lengths to Prolific Prince and beating Benison. Much better after those 2 races, stretching out now to a mile. Bred to get a mile. This horse is out of hedge fund by Sound of Miracle, out of Miracle Man. So nicely bred here, gets Lasix for the first time, working very nice at the exercise. Has a gallop on the 17th of May, 7 furlongs in 129 and 4, beating Cost of Living, who is a winner. So that says very highly for this Bob the Builder. Keep an eye on this Bob the Builder. The 3, Duchess. Shane Ellis here for Anthony Nunes. 3 starts to date. Made her debut on February 1st on the sloppy going 5 furlong straight. Finished third by 5 lengths to Lady Babita and Linguist. Came back on 22nd of February, 5.5 furlongs. Lackluster performance there. Finished 8th by 15 lengths to 1,000 Guineas anti-post favourite Hansa. Next start, 5 furlongs straight, was third by 2.25 lengths to Prince Kazir. So stretching out a mile now, I think Nunes is testing to see if this Duchess wants to go in the Guineas. So with Shane's in the saddle, bred to really sprint though. Casual trick out of Curlin's by Perfect Curlin. Looks more on the sprinter type, but good work coming into this on the 17th of May. 117 for 6 furlong, beating stablemate Brahma Bull, who is a colt. So that's saying good for the chances here of Duchess. So watch Duchess at a good price in this event. The 7, Uncle Baba, Dane Dawkins for Barrington Bernard. This horse was whispered last time out over this going 6.5 furlongs at 71 to 1, and was hindered coming out of the gate and lost the rider. And the rider looked very upset when getting up, throwing his whip down and everything. So that was a whisper coming into the race that Uncle Baba was going to run a good one. Comes back here, busy at the exercise track. Morning line says 9 to 2, so that means the word is out now that this Uncle Baba is useful. His only good race to date was at the 12th of April at 8 furlongs, finishing second by 7 lengths to Cost a Living at a mile in 1:43. So good one expecting from this Uncle Baba. And the 8, Roaring Kitty, Omar Walker here for Ian Passad. 4 starts to date. Was 4th on debut to Hazelnut. 3rd by 9 lengths to Mark My Identity. Then 3rd by 6.5 lengths to stablemate Uncle Harry. And then last time out at a mile, disappointed, finished 6 by 13 lengths to Cost a Living. In a very, very slowly paced run race. It was 1:16 for the 6 furlong in that event, after just coming out of a race where the pace was 1:13 with stablemate Uncle Harry. So, maybe she just didn't put it all together in that event. Busy at the exercise, has a nice work coming into this. 36 and 2 on the 17th of May. Back on the 11th of May, galloped 6 furlongs in 1:17. So I'm expecting this Roaring Kitty with the tongue tie now taken off is going to put in a very good run. This very well bred daughter of Casual Trick out of Salty Talk, this Roaring Kitty. The 8th race, nature bred 4-year-olds and up, nouns of 3, and imported 4-year-olds and up, nouns of 2. A field of 10, they go 7.5 furlongs. One this down to 4. They're going to be the 2, Playfair, the 6, Train of Thought, the 8, King Pie, and the 10, Shooting Star. Playfair, Wesley Henry here for Anthony Nunes. Good looking colt, bred out a sensational stand by I'm the One by Adore the Goal. Well bred, good looking. Just can't seem to get it right. Nunes has been trying his best with him, but stretches him out to 7.5 now and got a good work out of him on the 17th of May. 5.5 in 109.3 by 102.11, beating stablemate King Pie in that work. And Playfair is not a very fast horse, so that's a very good work by Playfair. And from a clean break here at 7.5 furlongs, expecting a big run from Playfair this time around. The 6, Train of Thought, Dane Dawkins here for Stephen Todd. This horse has changed so many barns. Useful on his best day. Last good run was back at a mile on the 22nd of March, finishing second by 3/4 lengths to Battle Angel with Pineapple behind there. Not really to shout at there, but his last win was at this distance on the 21st of December. Winning by 4.25 lengths over Titan Tempo and Midnight Galaxy. Now that's a good run. A reproduction of that run might say this trainer thought putting in a very good fight here, but it's an unpredictable sort. But on her best day, she will definitely run a very good race. And with the presence of Dane Dawkins in the saddle, who was second on her back in March, I'm thinking she's going to have a good day. The 8, King Pie, Omar Walker here for Anthony Nunes. Last time out was 4th by 5.25 lengths to Kaylin Melody at 9 furlongs and 25 yards. Didn't really get a pace to run at. It was a crawling pace, but was staying on strong in that event. Will definitely get a stronger pace here. And at 7.5 furlongs, his last run at 7.5 furlongs with a strong pace was third by 4.5 lengths to Supremacy and Main Mistress. A reproduction of that run would definitely see King Pie blowing these horses away. But that's left to be seen if he'll get that fast pace and if he'll turn up. And the 10, Shooting Star. Anthony Allen here claiming 3 kilos for Fernando Geddes. Last time out was 5th by 5.5 length in that same race, going 9.25 with Kaylin Melody and Midnight Galaxy. Was pressing Midnight Galaxy for most of the race in that slow pace race. This time around, the pace I'm expecting to be a lot stronger, so I don't think Shooting Star will be attacking it so quick or so early. They put on the blinkers to keep him focused and sharp, and if gets the first run on the principles, could be a dangerous horse in the event. I know a lot of people might knock me for not carrying back Midnight Galaxy, but I just don't think Midnight Galaxy is going to get his own way in this event, so that's why I'm not really keen on using that one. But I do have an outsider to watch in the race, and this is the horse that is the reason why I'm not using Midnight Galaxy. My outsider in the race is going to be the 5, Hail the Queen. Hail the Queen, the Caymanas for Ian Roberts, in my opinion, is definitely the lone speed horse of this race. Has never been past 5 furlongs though, so that's the big question with this Hail the Queen. But is bred to get a distance of ground. Morning line says 20-1. I'm pretty sure she's going to be up front, and she has the front running master in the saddle. So definitely use this Hail the Queen in your exotics, and she's the main reason why I'm not carrying Midnight Galaxy, because I think anybody that tries to go with Hail the Queen early is going to pay the price in the stretch. So that's why I think it sets up for a run on horse. But as I said, be careful in this race. The 9th, the penultimate event, the feature event, the Labor Day Trophy. 3-year-olds and up, overnight allowance. A field of 11. They go 7 furlongs. Competitive race. Boiling it down to 5. They're going to be the 6, Cistern Treasure. The 7, Major Danger. The 8, Blue Vinyl. The 9, Fearless Force. And the 11, Interesting Times Ahead. Okay, Cistern Treasure showed up on last at 9 furlongs to finish third by 3 1/4 lengths to Divine Force and Gorvano. And although would prefer it a little longer, her well-being exposed last time out, even at 7 furlongs and coming in this light at 113 pound, this Cistern Treasure, once gets a pace in front of her, should be coming home fast in the stretch. The 7, the horse I like in the event, Major Danger, Radish Roman here for Philip Fiani. Last time out was the 21st of April in the Easter Sprint Cup, going 5 1/2 furlongs. Was 4th by 6 3/4 lengths to Mahogany and Unbelievable Force. That race though, Everton Miller was absolutely motionless for the entirety of the race, and I think Major Danger is tuned for this event, has a nice work coming into this race. 17th of May, 5 1/2 furlongs, 106 flat by 1 minute flat with Supernatural Power. Supernatural Power beat him in that race by maybe 3 lengths, so that's a very good work from this Major Danger. And I think 7 furlongs is ideal. His last win was at 7 furlongs on the 21st of September in the higher class above this, when beating Fearless Soul and Sensational Move. So Radish Roman now back in the saddle. Major Danger is definitely the horse I like in the event. The 8, the horse that they all have to beat, is Blue Vinyl. Dane Dawkins riding here for Gary Sobrati. Last time out in the Sensacilla Cup in Grade 1 was third by 3 1/2 lengths to Pack Plays and Inspired Force after coming out of the gate slow. Before that, at this distance, 7 furlongs was beaten by Commandant, and we all saw what Commandant did to A-class horses last week. So for the strength of those performances, and with the definite back class of this Blue Vinyl, looks like the horse they're going to all have to beat. The 9, Fearless Force, Richie Shakes claiming 3 kilos here for Philip Fiani. Impressive win on last at 7 furlongs in an overnight allowance, non-winners of 1, winning in 125-1, beating Sheer Delight. Sheer Delight came back to win, beating Divine Force and Rhythm Buzz, and then Divine Force came back to win. So Fearless Force, off of the strength of that, although it was very light in that race, 106 pounds, still coming in here light, maybe at 108. Love 7 furlongs, still busy at the exercise. Have to give him a shot here off of fitness and the handicaps. And the 11, Interesting Times Ahead, Ryan Lewis here for Jason DaCosta. Hasn't done anything since finishing 4th in the Jamaica Derby last year to Crown Chaser, Ron Julian and Captain Sparrow. Before that, in the St. Leger was an easy winner, beating Crown Chaser and Ron Julian Run. And before that, at a mile in the Guineas, was second by a length and a half to California Crown. So in my opinion, this interesting times ahead. Not really a journey horse, because bred for speed is out of Bold Conquest by my friend Lucy. So really bred to sprint. 7 furlongs, just about right, I think, for this interesting time ahead. Busy at the exercise, has a nice work coming to this, the 17th of May, 5.5 in 106.4 by a minute and 3/5, beating Chocomo at the exercise. And even though Chocomo is a speedy horse, so that's saying good for the chances here of this interesting times ahead to run a good race. But as I said, I personally like Major Danger, but Blue Vinyl looks like the horse that they're going to have to beat. The 10th and final for native bred 4-year-olds and up, numbers of 2 unimported 4-year-olds and up maiden, fillies and mares, a big field of 15, and they go 6.5 furlongs, ultra competitive event. Boiling this race down to 5. They're going to be the 2, Design Diva, the 4, Himalaya, the 6, Cleopatra Queen, the 8, Monster Vigorous, and the 9, Buttercup. Okay, the 2, Divine Diva, morning line 22-1, Paul Francis here for Michael Spencer. Last time out was 6 by 9 lengths to Princess Catalea and Buttercup over the straight 5 course. Stretching out now to 6.5 furlongs. Last time at 6.5 furlongs was in a 700,000 claimer, finishing 6 by 5.5 lengths to Tigre Express. Off of the strength of that performance, I think this Design Diva is worthy of making it into the exotics. This 4, Himalaya. Anthony Allen claiming 3 kilos here for Jason DaCosta. Hasn't been running up to par recently, but the last run over the straight 5 in that Princess Catalea race was 5th by 8.5 lengths. Even though it suggests that she was 8 lengths off the pace the whole race, she was staying on very strong in that event. And off of the base of that performance and coming in here so light, definitely giving Himalaya a shot at running a very good race. The 6, the horse I like in the event, that's going to be Cleopatra Queen. Wesley Henry here for Alfred Brown. So this is the second horse on the program that I like that is being trained here by Alfred Brown. This Cleopatra Queen, last time out 5 furlongs, run was second by a short head to Tornado Steel. Before that was 9th by 12 lengths to Hotbread Scammer and Indestructible Irish Wish. So capable of much better, and based off the last performance and busy at the exercise track, was scratched on the 27th of April prior to starting at this distance when I think was the morning line favourite. And with Wesley Henry in the saddle, I think this Cleopatra Queen, in my opinion, looks to be the right choice and the horse that they're going to have to catch. The 8, Monster Vigorous, Shane Richardson here for Rowan Matty. Last time out 5th by 5.5 lengths to Provident at 7 furlongs, and was very early in the race. One of the pace horses of this event, but I think it might be outmatched on the headlines, but definitely in here with a shot. The last win was at 7 furlongs in 129 and 2 by 5 lengths, beating Solis. So not much to shout at here, but since coming to this level, has run well. Was second by 15 lengths to General, having Mila K behind, who's present in this race. So a good run expected from this Monster Vigorous, who should make his presence known early in the event. And the 9, Buttercup, the horse that I think represents the back class in this event, this 4-year-old filly. Shaheem Gordon claiming 4 kilos here for Richard Azan. Came off a very long rest on last to run a very good second by 2.25 lengths to Princess Catalea after coming out of the gate slow, stretching out to 6.5. Last time at 6.5 was back in June, finishing third by 5.25 lengths to Riches to Rags and Sipping on Sunshine. So has run against some better horses than these, was in the Oaks and finished 5th by 5.5 lengths to Banadora. Although nothing out of the Oaks has turned out to be very good horses per se, but this very well bred Buttercup should have a much better chance at this distance, working well, and yeah, I think is the horse with the back class. So Buttercup looks like the horse that they're all going to have to beat. Okay guys, thanks for watching. I hope we have some luck on Friday. I'm going to try to get right to the Saturday book now and try to get those tips out by tomorrow. So as usual, stay safe.